kase, m'kon ki sak pral pase. Mwen jwen yon zami, tous tanpon nan gomi, ganit nou pou n'jemi, m'pasa domi. Nou met jouren, met krasen, met brise, le kok ap chante, na fe kar ap danse. L'amour se flamme ki klere devan, l'amour se kam, se sam vle defan, l'amour se zam ki fem senti m'fam, l'amour se sam. Chaque fois tant coup première fois, chaque fois tant coup dernière fois, l'amour nous c'est tout pour.
These are the RD4 through RD9 Honda CRVs, known as the second generation Honda CRVs. The second generation CRV, which went on sale on November 12, 2001, was a full redesign, based on the 7th generation Honda Civic. The new CRV retained the fuel economy of the previous model because of the iVTEC system. The new chassis had increased torsional and bending rigidity. The suspension included front toe control link MacPherson struts and rear reactive link double wishbone. The compact rear suspension increased cargo space to 72 cubic feet. The second generation CRV was Car and Driver magazine's best small SUV for 2002 and 2003. Second generation CRVs in countries outside of North America were again offered in both low specification and high specification variants, with the latter battery featuring body-colored bumpers and fittings. It is also now did not require the glass hatch to be opened before the swinging door. Changes between model years 2002, 2003, and 2004 were minor, involving an enlargement of the center compartment and bin and the addition of a front passenger door paralock in the latter 2 years respectively. In China, a clone from Shuanghuan Auto, called the SRV, became a center of a design rights controversy because the latter appeared to be blatant copy of Honda's design. In 2005, the CRV received a mid-cycle refresh. New 16-inch wheels replaced the previous 15-inch versions. Changes include the new taillights and headlights, with clear indicators and 2 separate H1 bulbs for low beam and high beams. The previous setup used an H4 single bulb for both low and high beams. The taillights now use clear sense instead of amber for the turning indicators. The grille was also changed. It had 2 horizontal bars instead of 1. The front bumper design was slightly changed. It now has round fog lights compared to the previous trapezium fog lights, and in addition to lower grille. The rear bumper reflectors were longer and narrower. On the inside of the car, the EX trim received upgrades which included steering wheel mounted audio controls, an outside temperature monitor, and also an electric sunroof. The stereo system was also XM satellite radio ready, only in the USA but not in Canada. All CRV models also had revised rear seat headrests, which had been redesigned to reduce rear view blockage. Mechanically, the 2005 model was also changed, a major change including a drive-by-wire throttle for all CRVs. The all-wheel drive system was improved. It had been tuned to activate faster in low traction situation. US market models were equipped with a 5-speed automatic as opposed to the previous 4-speed automatic. In the US and Canada, all 2005 MY and later CRVs have anti-lock brakes, electronic brake force distribution, traction control, and vehicle stability assist. Front seat mounted side airbags and side curtain airbags with rollover sensors for all occupants. In Australia, the MY05 facelift went on sale in late 2004. Base models made do with only dual airbags and ABS as standard equipment, while the Sport came equipped with side airbags for the first time. Curtain airbags were unavailable on any model until the next generation. Following the tradition of adding a trim level above the EX during the refresh like the first generation CRV, Honda added the SE trim level for the 2005 CRV. The CRV SE featured painted bumpers, body side molding, and hard body colored spare tire cover. For a more luxurious experience, Honda added a leather interior, leather-wrapped steering wheel, and heated side mirrors and front seats. This iteration of CRV arrived in Australia in January 2002 and initially came in separate guises. consisting of that of the base and sport. The CRV or base consisted of, but not limited to, dual front airbags, air conditioning, power windows and mirrors, as well as the CD player. Building upon CRV specification, the Sport added ABS, cruise control, a sunroof, 15-inch alloy wheels, front fog lights, as well as body-colored bumpers and mirrors. Consistently selling very well within the medium SUV segment within the previous generation, amassing over 40,000 units between 1997 and 2001. The second generation continued its success, with it becoming the best-selling SUV in 2002, selling over 12,000 units. Several special edition models were released beginning in 2003. The Winter Classic and Sport Winter Classic were sold in winter/spring 2003. Building upon the base, Winter Classic added alloy wheels, side steps, as well as a tow bar, while the Sport Winter Classic gained roof racks, nudge bar, and fog lights, however, did without the tow bar. Later within this alliteration in 2005, an SE model was launched featuring rear parking sensors, nudge bars, and 16-inch alloy wheels. It was sold between October and November 2005. Running throughout 2006, the CRV Extra brought with its 16-inch alloy wheels and side airbags. The following table lists its sales throughout its tenure. With statistics and safety, the Honda CRV was redesigned for the 2002 model year. Front and rear head curtain airbags and front seat-mounted torso airbags became standard beginning with the 2005 models. When side airbags are optional, as in this vehicle when it was tested, the Institute conducts the test without this option. If a manufacturer offering optional side airbags requests the Institute to conduct an additional test of a vehicle with this option and agrees to reimburse the cost of the vehicle, a second test is conducted. Honda did not request such a test, but overall, the test was rated marginal. Now moving on to their powertrain is that they are all powered by the K24A1 engine. South Asian models produce 150 horsepower of power and 190 Nm, while the North American versions of the new engine produce at 160 horsepower with 140 pound of torque. Per new SAE regulations, the same North American K24A1 engine is now rated at 156 horsepower with 160 pound-feet of torque. And they sound like this. When I was a toddler back in Haiti, I saw some of these CRV at some time, but I mostly saw the first generation CRVs, whether they are a 1997, 98, 99, 2000, or 2001 models. Until March 2016, almost 9 years after I immigrated to the USA, my father had bought his second car. It was a black 2006 Honda CRV SE, which he purchased out of a DCH Paramus Honda dealership in Paramus, New Jersey. Looking at his car seems to be a great starter car for young drivers, even the individuals for a learner's permit session and at least ages of 16 or above, living across the country in states like New York State. What impressed me a lot that his car is standard with all-wheel drive along with B's and EX trim. His car is quiet, smooth, refined, and classy. Also, it's neatly stabled and stays easily on course, maneuvers crisply, and yields an enjoyable driving experience. The ride isn't wholly gentle, but it's smooth most of the time. I could still feel the bumps, but few are annoying. In regards to safety, the car has a high old school safety sense with stability control. Side airbags for front passenger and head curtain airbags for front and rear occupants as standard equipment. And my main focus is the anti-lock disc brakes, which keeps him seriously reluctant to crash. There are times where, whenever riding in his car, he always gets into near accidents. In June 2016, when we were driving on Ocean Parkway coming from Manhattan Beach in Brooklyn, there was a Nissan Murano that cut in front of us to bypass another car that caused my dad to make a hard brake. And the latest of March 2020, going into COVID-19 lockdown, my dad always had hard times turning into East 88th Street out of Ralph Avenue. And the same coincidence that he had in 2019, he almost crashed into a Toyota Highlander coming towards us on the right side on that intersection with the same effort brakes that he performed. But regardless, he had a latest accident with his car back then in April this year. This is because of a moving car on Snyder Avenue that crashed into it while it was parked. On August 8th of 2019, I was on a vacation in Canada, but around Terrebonne and Mascouche while staying in Montreal. My dad's friends had a friend who owns a 2004 CRV in gold. That car had few problems, whereas the color of the exterior and interior is unsatisfactory. The acceleration is quite rattly, along with the engine, and noisy, and the trunk is challenging to be unlocked when pressing the remote key. That CRV in a pre-facelift needs an improvement and a change, and it drained me for about 60%. Moving to these analytics. These CRVs were the first to have a rigid chassis with more space. I really like their big spaces with between the seatings and the trunk. Plus their gas mileage seems to be unlimited sensing during each drive. My father's 2006 models, it is really a CRV to be the most attentive. Before I always imagined him to always drive a CRV, or would it be his first own car? Actually, he was given a 1997 Isuzu Rodeo in 2015 by my uncle who had it. Until February 2015, that car was rear-ended by a Lexus LS300, then it was taken for a repair, evaluation and inspection to earn him thousands of dollars as a reward. Finally, it was scrapped until March when he turned his back to Honda for this CRV, becoming a very smart car buyer to invest in this vehicle. My mother, who wasn't a car enthusiast, but she was intrigued with the design, the gas mileage status, and the interior, so she agreed with my father to keep this car. Since he had it, he made few upgrades to his car, even with my favorite, the Bluetooth infotainment system that was retrofitted. His car feels like a CRV of the future. Compare that to my dad's friend's borrowed CRV in Canada that is aging out to be like the first generation CRVs from the late 90s. Furthermore, most things in the CRVs are satisfactory. However, their most common problem is their headlight bulb failures, including the AC compressor in their powertrains. One is cheap to repair and another is pricey. But overall, these cars are rated 9.7 out of 10, and I do find these as my first favorite CRVs besides the first generation, and I do like those too. So thank you guys for watching, like, comment, share, subscribe, and happy belated Thanksgiving, and hoping that you guys had a safe Thanksgiving.
She's a boy, you just gotta let her go. She got a toy, I'm just letting you know. Mais les voyons font semblant garçon, quel que soit sentiment, prends précaution. Si toutefois elle gagne gestion garçon, donc ces conseils ma boîte faites attention. Parce que puis des bons bras relais, non mais crier, à te rendre l'onage. Car même arrivé regretter, mon de bon Dieu, qui s'en fait à payer. She's a boy, you just gotta let her go. She got a toy, I'm just letting you know. Anyway, you know she never gonna stay. That's the way life threw me away. Y'a moun ki rele yo flan la femelle, expérience par yo gen goût fiel. Ou sa m'prend mi sa que le fait passer. Souffrance m'en tue, pas besoin de plier. Dans elle tout ça me fait pas de bon. Pas de somme raison. Si m'pas de quitter dans bien la mort, moi pas la donne encore. She's a boy, you just gotta let her go. She got a toy, I'm just letting you know. Anyway, you know she never gonna stay. That's the way life threw me away. L'amour va choisir que pour le manifester. L'amour va te bonner côté où pas ta pensée. La voix de mon remède, c'est l'amour décidé. La voix de femme remède, c'est l'amour décidé.